Hello, I'm Diargos and welcome back to my Factorio series. So I've done a lot since the last episode. I've been doing work in between episodes. Mostly, if we look at the map, I've been working on the walls. So I think in the last episode I had finished laying down the basic wall down here. It's just one row of walls and then some lasers, like one laser each here in these spots. Spread out. And in between episodes, I finished up these walls here. And I didn't record that because it was pretty boring. It was just cutting down trees and placing walls and lasers with blueprints and occasionally clearing out one of the biter nests that came too close. Nothing that I already haven't shown many times, I'm sure. But I also decided to just kind of test out how much resources I would need, how many resources I would need to complete the walls the way that I wanted them. I'll show you this later, but up here I have a double concrete wall, right, or stone wall, I guess is what it's called. A double stone wall all the way across, and then a double row of lasers all the way across, supported by medium power poles. And then I've left the robo ports intact and the radars and such. So I completed that wall all the way across here, all the way over here, but I ran out of lasers when I got to this wall, so I had to just put a few down. I reinforced it with like double lasers instead of single ones, but they're still spaced out. I also reinforced this wall down here because it was getting attacked a lot by that nest, so it's got double lasers here. Everything else is the way that I've shown it in the past. I laid down a few more solar arrays. And you can also see in my kingdom here, I have full radar coverage of every spot in my kingdom except for where the solar arrays are, because I didn't really leave a space for solar arrays. And since I'm going to place some more down here, I figured I wouldn't worry about this dark spot. I'll figure something out, or I'll just leave it dark. But these are all self-sufficient solar arrays, radar stations. And I just kind of plopped them down in the dark spots wherever I found them. There's no like real rhyme or reason to it. So it looks pretty cool. I've got this completely locked off now. I have been attacked a few times, even damaged every once in a while, but no damage up here yet, just attacks. And occasionally I get like a wall damaged and the robots repair it. I will finish laying these walls out and doubling them up to make them more secure as soon as my lasers finish. I think I will have enough wall. I cut off the line here feeding into the furnaces. I've got pretty much a full chest. I think I've got one stack right here that's not full. But I think this will be enough to finish. I might turn it back on, but I kind of want to save the rest of my stone. And in the meantime, I'm waiting for these to finish. Now, I'm gonna actually open these up to a full row because I came back at least twice to refill. The second time I came back, it was only like halfway filled. And if we look here, you can see I've got 1,000 lasers being powered right now by my power network. So it's a lot, and you can see these spikes are the attacks. Whenever I get attacked, like right there, I think is one. It's kind of hard to tell outside of a minute though. But if I get attacked, we can look at the power graph and see what it looks like. But I haven't had any power shortages, but I did lay down some more solar arrays, like I said, just to make sure. So, here we go. We're getting attacked up here. We can actually see the attack happening. They're getting killed before they reach the wall. And if we look at 1 minute, you can see a spike. That's where the lasers. You can see how much more power they're using all at once. So, that's hopefully. I think that's the spike right there, or that's the production spike. That's when it's getting pulled from the accumulators, I suppose. Okay, so anyway, what I have planned next is I'm going to clear out this area here. I should probably lay down a couple more roboports as well. I'm going to need them. Clear out all of this wood here. I think that's a gun turret. And we're going to build modules here. So first, let me put down a, there we go, put down a little supply chest and lay down some more roboports. You right over here. And we'll put another one right here. We need to power that up. And power this guy up as well. He can do medium. Okay. I've got almost 800 bots right now flying around for construction, and then about 500 for logistics. Okay, so the idea here, I picked right here because it's next to science, it's not being used, I can expand it out, and I can expand the bus. The only problem is it's going to run into it is going to run into the oil supply. So what I need to pipe over here though for the modules is I need green circuits, red circuits, and then alien artifacts, and that's it. So the other modules will come in as they're getting built. So that means I really just need to pipe in some more green circuits here, which could be 2 or 3 or 4 rows, and then pull them up like right before it hits this refinery, and also have the red belts come in. And I'm thinking about, I don't think I'm going to, but I'm thinking about setting up some more red belt production so that this can just feed these assemblers here as they're needed, but I'm not quite sure. I haven't fully decided on that yet. I do want to use this land for something anyway, so I'm going to clear it regardless, but we'll see how it goes. Worst case scenario, I can always just blueprint everything and move it to a better spot if I need to. Okay, so I haven't given this a whole lot of thought yet. I do want to request, let's see, let's get some assembling machine 2, some blue assemblers, and I would like, let's get 30 on me. I've got about half of that right now. Okay, so to begin, I guess I didn't use this. I'll pick it up. Okay. We kind of want to think about what we need to build. So we need to build speed modules, efficiency modules, and productivity modules, and the level ones, or the basic modules for each type, require the same ingredients, right? Oh wow, 16. Okay. I'll probably stop looking at that, and only if it turns red. I'm just kind of checking it out now because I just put up the walls and I'll make sure everything's working. So these all take the same ingredients, 5 advanced and 5 electronic circuits. And then the next ones up take 4 of the prior model, right? So they'll take 4 of the level ones. In addition to that, they take processing units, and then still 5 advanced circuits. So it's three types of circuits that we need to move over. But I think the logistics network can help us out here. We can probably pipe in the green ones, and the red ones and the blue circuits can be brought in by logistics bots. For the third level, again, it's the same as the prior one. 4 speed module 2s, but now we need an alien artifact. Now I think there's one of these. Here it is. This one is not 4. This one's 5, and that one's 5. That's the difference. So one of these is slightly different. They're all the same, other than I think this is the one, right? This takes 4 speed module 2s, whereas this one takes 5 of the level 2s, and that one takes 5 of the level 2s. Okay. Now the other thing to think about is that they all take forever. Like these take a minute, these take 30 seconds, and these takes 15 seconds, right? I think it's the same for the rest. Yeah. Oh man, we are very nearly done. So that means more assemblers for the lower type, and fewer as we go up there. I don't have a ratio in mind. I didn't really look it up, and I've never used one in the past. What I kind of do is just kind of feel it out based on my needs. So we can kind of design something here and see what we go with here. For these, I want to use belt, but for everything else, I'm going to use I might use belt for these, but it's going to be in between like assemblers. It's not going to be from the bus, if that makes sense. So I think it makes sense to have like 1 or 2 full belts, hopefully blue when we upgrade, coming up for the green circuits, feeding into these, right? And since they take 4, where are we doing here? Since each of these take 4 of the level 1s, we want 4 assemblers, I think, so they all kind of hit at once. Although we could do 2, because these take 15 seconds, right? And these take 30. So in the same amount of time, 2 assemblers. Let's try 2, and we can double it up. So 2, and then this one takes 4. So for these, we want to double everything up, right? So it's a double. So these will actually be, I'm saying this number again, 4 of these for 2 of these for 1 of those. Okay. So 4 of those would look like, and I'm just going to lay them out like this. And then we'd have some belt. And I might rotate this around actually. So that'd be green circuit, right? And then we'd have requester chests for the red. Okay. And then those would feed out onto a belt, right? And that belt would get picked up by the level 2s, which we need 2 of. Okay. My math makes sense. And those need red and blue. So again, we'd have some requester chests, right? And they would feed into here, red and blue. And then we can have those output we could keep it kind of symmetrical. We could do it like this. They output onto this belt and draw from that these 2 requester chests. And then that would be picked up by the 3rd dude. Now for these other ones, we'd have more assemblers, I think, because this takes 5 efficiency modules too, right? So to get 5 of these, we would want, I think, 1 or 2 more assemblers. Kind of makes sense. Okay, so there's the 3rd one, and he takes the same as these, except also the pink alien artifact. Okay, I think this kind of makes sense. We can try it out for the speed modules and see how we do. Okay, I really don't need. Let's get let's get 50 of yellow inserters, because we'll save some energy. I think these take so long. There's no need to use blue inserters here. And we need red advanced circuits, and these are going to use 5 at a time, 15 seconds. So 200 might be a little overkill. I mean, I don't think it really matters. Once they bring it, it's there. But let's copy that and paste. And then for these, we need 5 each. So we want 100 and 100. Okay. Got my yellow inserters, so we output to that line. And yellow inserters are fine for output on like blue belt or red belt, but for taking off of the belts, sometimes they can be too slow, so you probably don't want to use those. But since we're not taking off these belts, except for over here, use blue. And we'll do that. Okay. And let's power this up a little bit. That's fine, we'll just do that. Okay, so I don't think I have blue circuits in an actual requester or provider chest. So let me go drop that down. I'm not actually making them right now. I could probably turn that back on now that I'm making them. It'll eat up my red circuits, which these are going to eat up also. So I'm going to have to expand that out and expand out green circuits as well. But there we go. That's a steel chest, so we'll make that like you, and then we can replace. I need some circuits actually. Use that steel chest to recycle it. Okay. And did I want to hook this back up? Yeah, why not? There we go. Okay, let's see how we're doing over here. He's getting down below. In the map down here. We do want to hook this up. This is not how it's going to be laid out. This is blueprinting, but I do want to actually test it out a little bit. And that will require pulling in some green belt, or some green circuits. Come up right next to the RoboPort. Okay, and an underground. There we go. I think I will do another RoboPort right here. To help these guys recharge. Okay, and we also needed to do output, right? So probably need to move that over. So that can go down there. Okay. And we need alien artifacts. I'm not sure if we have enough of those. We're running really low. You can request, actually you can request some. Oh, I think I had that other chest is a requester chest. I'll have to change that to a provider chest. So we'll say you get 100. I'll drop in a few right now. Okay. And he needs to be able to pick up. Do that. Okay. Turn those around, that might help. And we can also use some lights. Right? And let's make this a provider chest now. It was requesting it so that I could throw them away because I had a lot on me. There we go. And do we have that a RoboPort right here? It's fine. Good. Just kind of in the middle there, so as they fly around, they've got other options for where to stop. Oh, and we probably want to have an output for this guy, right? So like dropping you in here. Okay. So the basic system seems to work. It is filling up, and he'll create. He gets one more, but it is taking a while, right? These take 30 seconds each. Of course, once I have some modules, I can put them down, and I can also upgrade to assembling machine 3s, and that will help. And what I can do is I can also double these up. So I could say I could have, instead of 4, I could have 8, and then I could have 4 2s and still have 1 of these. Because this is the ultimate goal, right? We don't really care about the 1s or the 2s so much. There are some things that need them for crafting, the level 1s. But what we really want are the level 3 efficiency modules and speed modules as well for oil. And we could also use the productivity modules possibly for the achievements when we actually go for those. So okay, well that's working. I'm gonna end the episode here, and the next episode we'll take what we've got, blueprint it, and expand out for the other modules, and probably work some more on red circuits, blue circuits, and green circuits. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.